Hey everyone, my name is Luke, and today I want to give you a COVID-19 hack on reading. Just a couple of days ago, I finished this awesome book. It's called Celebration of Discipline by Richard Foster. And you may have heard of it. It's kind of like a modern devotional classic in Christianity. And it was written in 1978, and in the years that have followed since then, it's sold over 2 million copies. Pretty incredible book, and I absolutely loved it. The subtitle is The Path to Spiritual Growth. I don't know about you, all our stories are different, but for me, I grew up in church, and so I've spent a lot of time around this faith. But I wanted to dig deeper, for me as a 31-year-old, I wanted to learn more about my faith and also just dig deeper into spiritual growth. I wanted to grow spiritually. And the cool thing about spiritual growth is that it's not a mystery, that there are practices that have been tried and tested throughout the course of the history of our faith, ways by which people could grow closer to God and could grow in their faith. And Foster is really credited for reintroducing modern Christians to these practices. They've been around forever, but so many of us lost them, especially in the Protestant or the evangelical church. Foster really brought them back to our attention all those years ago. And the book is so powerful. First of all, the version I'm holding is a special anniversary edition, meaning there's a great preface, there's a foreword, there's an introduction. And I don't know about you, I'm not a practical reader. I'm not like a get through it as fast as I can. I'm not like audiobook on 1.5 speed. I'm like, I want to read every word from beginning to end. Even at the end of this version, there's an annotated bibliography, meaning like a list of other books about devotional life. And I even read his comments on those books. So I'm one of those weird people. But the substance of the book itself, the body of the book, focuses on these 12 spiritual disciplines that Foster breaks into 3 groups. And so part 1 he calls the inward disciplines. These are the 4 disciplines of meditation, prayer, fasting, and study. These are the inward disciplines. Part 2 he moves to the outward disciplines of simplicity, solitude, submission, and service. And part 3 he takes us to the corporate disciplines, which he calls confession, worship, guidance, and celebration. Now, maybe some of those are obvious to you, things like prayer, fasting, worship, but some of them might be a little bit surprising. Meditation and simplicity and guidance and celebration. It's cool to think that all of these things, none of these are things that Foster created or made up. All of these things are things that have been valued over the course of Christian history, and they're considered disciplines for our lives. And so these 12 practices are ways to dig into our faith, the path to spiritual growth, to grow closer to God, and to grow in our trust and our faith in God. And so it's been so illuminating for me. Some of these were a little more expected. Some of them were totally new. I'd never heard in my 31 years of growing up in a pastor's home, in church. So many things were new to me, and it's really helped me on my journey of spiritual growth, and I think it'll help you too. So you can find it online, you can download it, dig into the book, Celebration of Discipline. I highly recommend it. It's awesome. Well, my name is Luke, and this has been my COVID-19 hack.